Hey gods and goddesses. Hey healers. Hey people. I'm working on unmasking my voice, but my voice is very masked. I don't feel like it's my natural voice right now. I feel like it's like I'm masking. Hey healers, everybody. I don't feel like my usual bubbly self. I think because the topic is so serious and I'm dead serious about my treatment of this topic because it's literally life or death. And it's affecting so many people right now. Hey beautifuls. Hey gods and goddesses. That's my new thing for you guys. Hey healers. Hey gods and goddesses. So everybody, let's see who's in the room. Drop your city, drop your zodiac sign. You know how we do. I really do not feel bubbly at all right now. Like, I feel so serious. There's no mirth or any of that in my tone or demeanor right now at all. You guys know I'm a fucking goofball and a clown. So this is like, you know this shit is fucking serious. Drop your city. Let's talk about surviving spiritual attack. Drop your city and zodiac sign. A lot of people are under spiritual attack right now. Stay prayed up. Pray for your people. Pray for the people you love, especially the people you know suffer from depression and suicide ideation. Send them Reiki. If you guys don't know how to do Reiki, take my class. Tips are appreciated. Cash App, Root Chakra Goddess. You can always tip me. You guys know this is what I do for a living, right? Like, I make money doing this. This is why I can show up on the internet all day, every day, because this is my job. And I am extremely grateful that I've tackled the wounds of visibility and my fears of showing up and fears of being seen and being liked, because we're at a crucial moment where I need all of y'all to do the same. Those that are called to have a platform of spiritual ministry, like, people really need you. You don't really understand how life or death it is, like, until you, like, get to the point of, like, seeing, you know, from a bird's eye view and just working with so many people. And it's, well, yeah, like, you know, all our coping mechanisms and defense mechanisms just fall away in these moments, because it's like nothing is going to make us feel better when people that we love are massively dying off. And that's just the reality that we're living in. And no amount of spiritual bypassing will fix it. But what will fix it, and what does fix it, and the only thing that can fix it, is spiritual warfare, fighting back. We have to cleanse and clear and clean our energy. What's up, y'all? Like, talk to me. Yes, I so feel your topic. Oh, I just felt heavy. It just felt super heavy. I don't know. I'm changing to a different person, and part of it is because of clearing these entities and energies from in and around me. Like, I have been scrubbing my energy and the energy of the collective and the energy of the people I love, because shit is murky and mucky, and it's very sludgy and grimy and yucky, and it's just like all this like compacted like filth and grease, like, stuck in between the gears of our inner workings, just designed to throw us into slavery, wage slavery, and all forms of bondage, so that we won't be able to move. I'm really tripping. Like, I just looking at my own life and seeing so much stagnancy, and where there was like so many places that I wanted to move, or so many things that I wanted to do, but I literally couldn't bring myself to do them, even though they were the things that I wanted the most. And I mean, when it comes to love, like, it's it's getting really serious because we have a epidemic on our hands with this whole twin flame mind fuck. And I am so afraid because, oh God, it's, that shit took me for like 5 years, you guys. Like, I literally like lost like years of my life to obsession over a person that I wasn't with. And, all because I couldn't handle the pain of how, like, losing them and how it felt and how bad it felt. And it wasn't even the pain of losing them, but the pain of knowing that I couldn't have a healthy, stable relationship because I was too fucked up. You gotta do whatever you need to do at this point to fix your life. And don't let the same demons keep fucking punking you, because they are the same demons that put your ancestors into bondage, and we're still here. And they will not let us do what we want to do and live our lives without a fight. We literally have to fight them. And I've been going out every night to the point that I hurt my foot, because like I've literally been walking the streets. Like, I've been walking the streets of New Orleans every night for the past week. But this ain't nothing new. I do this. And I've been out here slaying demons and things. And you gotta know that when you're doing this, you have to protect yourself. And you can't play with your intuition. For example, I was out tonight. Lots of people around me were smoking weed, and wanted to know if I wanted to smoke, but I didn't. Why? Because Spirit said, don't you smoke nothing out here tonight. And the reason why is because that would make me susceptible to spiritual attack. But I smoke weed. I can smoke weed when I want to. Just not when Spirit tells me not to. Okay? So you have to listen. And that's part of developing your intuition. So if you guys want to develop your intuition, take my class. And my Reiki course is a style of Reiki that I channeled. It's not a type of Reiki that you'll find anywhere else. It's mine. It comes through me, and it's for you. So ways it benefits you is like everything that I talk about. It helps you in all the areas that I talk about and that I deal with. And that's the root chakra. Because heaven on earth, Reiki is for you being in heaven on earth. And you can't be in heaven on earth if your root chakra is fucked up. And your root chakra is the most important chakra to live on earth. Because if you don't have your root chakra healed, that means you're not living on earth. You're hovering somewhere above. And you're not making your maximum impact, and you're not enjoying your life to the fullest. Okay. So someone asked, what kind of attunement do you do in your Reiki course? There's 3 levels of my Reiki course, Heaven on Earth Reiki. So the first level is a self-attunement. It's a self-initiation. The course is a download. Excuse me. You download the course, and when you do this clearing, you're gonna, like, your body's natural responses is part of moving energy and clearing energy, and that gets covered in the course. And there's a special excerpt, which is the initiation, and you initiate yourself. So you record yourself on a voice note saying the initiation and guiding yourself into the initiation. And it's a completely sovereign journey. It's different from typical Reiki initiations or Reiki attunements where a Reiki master puts symbols into your aura and onto your chakras to allow the energy to flow through. I don't do it that way. And I'm going to do another live talking about the truth about Reiki, but the truth about it's all in the course. Like, all of that information is in the course, because Reiki actually is, like, the way that Reiki it has infiltrated the masses, and the whole mythology about where it comes from is psyops. That's all I'm gonna say. The spiritual community has been infiltrated. You know, hey, don't listen to me. Figure it out for yourself. But it explains everything in the course. Because I know, like, I always read stuff that people say on the internet, and people are like, oh, don't trust a teacher or a guru that says that their way is the only way or the better way. And I'm like, excuse me? Why would you trust anybody that doesn't believe that their way is the way? Like, it's not the way for everybody, but that's the whole point of the course. It's a sovereign, self-initiating course. You get what you need from it by calling upon your own ancestors. That's another way that it differs from typical Reiki, because typical Reiki, they measure the lineage as like, you're descended from your Reiki teacher, who's descended from their Reiki teacher, who's descended from their Reiki teacher. So I have that is information that's included in the course, like my Reiki lineage, which includes you know, my students. It includes all my students. And there's it's like over, like, the last time I counted, it was 66 students that had been initiated in Reiki, but, like, now there's, like, gotta be at least something like 70, 80. So my goal is to initiate at least 1,000 healers. And it's like, it's funny because my goal at first was to initiate 1,000 sex workers as Reiki healers, but it doesn't matter if they're sex workers or not. Like, I don't care about that anymore. I love it. I love everybody. I love all you guys. And I feel like, the term sex worker is a moot point at this point, because everybody sells their body. Everybody under capitalism sells their bodies for money. And, yeah. Plus, we're so close to crumbling all the laws and things that was the goal. But yeah, you guys. So that's another way that the Reiki course differs, is that it's your lineage. You're calling upon your ancestors to come through with your medicine. And the reason why I say that, you know, I don't trust the other typical styles of Reiki is because, with my experiences, like, what I'm trying to say. A lot of the people that I know, the practitioners that I know, they may have gotten initiated into Reiki, but they use their own symbols or practice it in a different way. But those original symbols that were placed into their chakras are still there, unless they've done something to clear them out, or gotten a different type of initiation or attunement to clear them out. And while, like, a lot of people, think that spirituality is a scam and stuff like that, like, the people that are in charge of this simulated reality use occult sciences to their benefit all the time. And they know what these symbols are, and they know what these symbols mean. And so, yeah, I wouldn't trust it. In Heaven on Earth Reiki, you initiate yourself. You channel your own symbols. But I give you my symbols too. And the symbols that I use are alchemical symbols that anybody would recognize from astrology and from, astrology, alchemy. So, I go into the full detail in the course, but I'm channeling healing energy that comes from my ancestors, and I specifically called upon my queer and trans sex working ancestors of color for channeling Heaven on Earth Reiki, and the deities that they worshipped were Ishtar, Inanna, Oshun, Isis. I really want you guys to take my course because it's going to help a lot, and I want everybody to be equipped with these skills while like, I don't want to get all doom and gloom, but I want everybody to get equipped with these skills while you still have the chance. While there's still time. Like, we are under attack from all directions. So let's talk about, how to recognize that you're being attacked, what to do about it, and aftercare. First of all, preventative care. So, what are some things that you can do to prevent a spiritual attack? Everybody go ahead and, I'm looking back to see the comments that have been left so far. Hey, all you guys. A lot of Aquarius in the room. Cancer, Taurus. Yeah, we got some good energy in here. A lot of healers. Saggy. Cali people, Leos. Someone said, I feel like I'm under attack from all directions. Yep, they will come from all directions, and they'll use the people that are closest to you. Now, what is actually attacking us? Okay, there's two possibilities. It's either coming from outside of us, or it's coming from inside of us. All right? Now, inside of us, there's two possibilities. It's either something foreign to us that doesn't belong there, or it's a part of us that's attacking the rest of us. Okay? On the outside of you, it's family that wants you to do things that you don't want to do. It's government that wants you to do things that you don't want to do. It's any institution that wants you to conform in a way that you don't want to. It's entities that want to feed off your life force energy. And this might sound crazy, yeah, but this is what makes the world go round, and it's all energy. It's all energy. So, for example, Euphoria. I just got done watching Euphoria, and I feel like I find it really interesting. I like that show a lot, but I'm always like a really skeptical TV watcher, and the last time I was watching the last episode of Euphoria, it was really clear to me. This episode wasn't so clear, so I don't know if that's just me and the mind frame I'm in, or if it's something different with the show. But in the last episode, it was very clear to me at which points they were using certain combination of emotional energy and music and visuals to open up, like, unlock something in people's minds, for like a product placement. Like the mind hacking for a product placement. But that's as far as I got with it. But it's just really interesting. It's an interesting experiment. And I would encourage y'all to do that, because we're engaging with these things quite often. We're engaging with the internet. We're engaging with TV, movies, music. It's not like we're going to stop doing that, right? Like, we're still living in this world. So until we go and, start a farm and, like, don't have electricity or whatever, like, we're going to still be, like, you need to just let yourself live in reality, right? Like, it's like, I'm not going to feel guilty for watching TV. eating wings and smoking weed. When the time comes that I'm doing something different, then good for future me. But we have to really accept ourselves in the present moment, and that's root chakra healing. And it's the root chakra that generational curses fall under, because the root chakra is your family. That's your place in community. That's all your ancestral experiences. That's your root chakra. That's why I'm the root chakra goddess. Literally everything that I do and work on is like, the foundation of it is the roots. First of all, the root is the first chakra. That's the red chakra, and it's your butthole and legs. Don't you guys just love my delivery? Don't you guys just love my delivery? Yeah. It's your butthole down. And that's your root chakra. And that's where experiences of ancestry and early childhood, as well, you know, your sacral chakra is right there too. So a lot of like early childhood experiences also are found in the sacral chakra. Specifically, like it's like root and sacral is specifically sexual, sensual pleasure, but root is more about safety and sacral is more about comfort. And so for root, it's all about safety. You know, for the reason why I spent the past several years focusing on sex worker rights and healing for sex workers within this space was because that's what I needed to feel safe. And it made me feel safe to be part of a community. It made me feel safe to be like, I'm a sex worker, we're sex workers, I'm not alone. But it ended up feeling too stifling, you know, and bitches, like, then I'm like, okay, I was about to say something rude, but I'm not going to. But you know, I had so many people tell me so many times, like, keep speaking up for us, keep fighting for us, we need you, we appreciate you, and I'll never stop. I'll always go hard for y'all, but I'm not defining myself based on such limiting factors anymore. I'm very limitless. I'm so expansive. I'm so huge. I have such a huge personality. And this is one of the best antidotes to spiritual attack is boundaries and being big and being a boss and being your bad self. You have to show up and take up space, most of all within your own body, because the only way that we can be attacked and that we can the only way that we can be occupied is if we're not occupying ourselves. Which is one reason why so many people with extensive sexual trauma, like, can't feel their legs or can't feel their limbs or are just completely numb all over. Because you're not occupying your physical space. But if you don't occupy your physical space, something will. If you don't use your creative energy, something will. And rest assured, you guys, you're always gonna have to continually pull your sexual energy back for yourself. There's always gonna be something or someone that's trying to latch on and take it. And if you're really sensitive, like me, you can feel when someone's doing it. Like, if you're, like, out, you know, you look sexy, you're out walking around, you can feel somebody, like, you can feel, it feels like a pinprick or some other sensation when somebody's trying to cord with your sacral chakra or your root chakra. And, you know, I am such an energy vampire. What I used to do, because I was like, these fucking unsuspecting fucks think they're slick and they think that they're thinking dirty thoughts about me and looking at me crazy, but what I'm about to do is just pull their energy and drain the fuck out of them. And so I would just grab, when they would do that to me, I would just grab their energy and just like I would just pull it into me, and I would play these energy games. I liked doing that. I thought it was fun. But now I don't do all that. Unless I'm like, I don't do it in a malicious way. Unless I'm like conducting a healing on the person. Like, it's so funny, you guys, because I'm like, and this is what I'm telling you guys. Like, a lot of you guys have been showing up with me for a while. So I've had entity attachments. I've had demons on me. I'm sure that there was plenty of people that looked at my page and was like, "Oh, this bitch is teaching energy healing. Why doesn't she heal the fucking demon that's attached to her?" But you know what? I still have demons. And you know why? Because there's literally like hundreds of thousands of demons and entities and jinn and other life forms that are like constantly around us all the time. So yeah, they latch on. Yeah, they want to team up. Sometimes they fall in love with a bitch and they want to stay. And this is one of the primary things that people are dealing with right now, because people need and want intimacy so bad, but they're so afraid of having it, and we're so conditioned to transactional relationships. So everyone's always trying to have the upper hand or not get hurt, to the point that it's impossible and it's exhausting and it's not worth it at the end of the day. And people are just retreating into solitude. And it's getting to the point where even transactional sex isn't worth having for a lot of people. Yikes. Can you imagine? And I've been going through this for years, and when it first got to the point of like where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I just don't want to do this. And like, I struggled. When I left the adult industry the first time, I struggled a lot, and it would seem like, well, why don't you just pop some pussy and jerk off, so then you'll have money? But I didn't want to, and it's not worth doing things for money that we don't want to do anymore. It's just not. You have to want to do it, at least on some level. And the thing is too, that there's also demons anchoring that consciousness in, because if at a certain point, people are gonna get so mad at me saying this, but for a lot of sex workers, the only reason why we're even able to do that work is because of the demon entity attachments that we have attached to us from childhood sexual abuse. Because regular people who can't even hang, like, they can't do that shit. Regular people can't fuck 5-10 guys in one day, let alone 1 week. Oh my god, shit is funny. And that's why people get mad as hell when I say like the everyday strippers and escorts know more about sexual healing than a fucking board certified tantra specialist. And what needs to happen is we need to come together to fight these demons and entities. We can't do it by ourselves. And the main people that are sent into our lives to help us with this are the main people that we will reject and despise and not want around us. Hence why I've been disowned by both sides of my family multiple times. But they want me back, but then it's just too much. And the higher your vibration gets, the more you heal yourself and others. Everybody doesn't want to necessarily be around you, because you do irritate their demons. Like that meme said, like, you irritate your light triggers their unhealed demons, or whatever the fuck that shit said. Like, yeah, that part, it does that. Things that you've healed within yourself and other people see that you've healed that, there's a jealousy there, and there's a very pervasive evil eye. And that's one thing that I'm really concerned about with the internet too, and with the filters. Because the filters are doing something to our eyes. I don't know exactly what it is, but and that's why, the reason why, like, there's over 16,000 people that follow this page. There's 6 people in this room right now, because everybody can't handle hearing this. Like, not everybody can even handle this conversation. Okay, so a lot of you guys, you think that you're like an outcast, or it's like, so many healers are going through this right now and have been going through this for the past year of like, why aren't they accepting me? Why are they pushing me away? Why do they always reject me? Or, you know, why don't they want me around? And it's because for that to happen, they have to heal in a way that they can't, and they don't even know how. And maybe they can, but it takes time. So space is needed. Codependency is not going to work. And this is how a lot of people are going to have been ending up dead and are going to continue ending up dead, is from codependent toxic relationships where they need their space for healing and they can't get it. And so they just go fucking psycho. So it's a fine balance between letting people know that they're loved and giving them the space to heal. And, you know, and you also have to know you are lovable. And people can love you and they don't have to be up your butt 24/7 to prove that. Because that's one way that a lot of bitches get into abusive relationships, is by feeling like needing constant validation. And so you let somebody, you choose somebody who's going to be like on your ass all the time because that makes you feel loved. But then they end up being a psycho because they have no life of their own. You want a partner that's happy and busy. That's good. Yes, your presence can irritate demons you fought already. Yeah, they know you. And they know that they can't, you know, they can't be around you. I mean, it's been like scrubbing. It's been like a scrubbing. And when I tell you guys, because I like... I went hard. I'm not going to tell you guys everything that I did, but I went hard. A few weeks ago, I realized, like, this shit is getting pretty ugly. And it was really affecting me. Like, at the beginning of the year, I was super depressed. I was smoking a ton of weed. I was feeling very defeated. I got so much energy with this rebrand because it was so much of what I wanted to do, and it just made everything so much easier for me. Like, I was trying to be, like, running a fucking organization, and... literally with no budget and like not enough support. And then like every time I tried to get support, it was like people were just haters and they were just mad because they couldn't understand how I made so much shit happen and I was just one person. But it's because like it's like harnessing the divine will and the collective will. It's like God wanted me to do it, people wanted me to do it, it was easy to do it, and I was happy to serve. And when I've known for like a year that I needed to start like becoming more self-serving and serving myself, which is what is the type of shit I've always been on. I've always been on that. Like, that's important to me. But it was hard to let it go because it felt like that was my safety and my purpose and my role, and it felt like if I did things for other people, I would be safe. Not so. And it felt like if I did things just for myself, I wouldn't be safe. No, there's literally no safer thing than you can do. And it also keeps you from hurting people because you're focused on yourself and you're making yourself more solid before you go out there just interacting with others. So one of the things that you can do to prevent spiritual attack is get your mind right before you leave the house. Make sure your space is clean and uncluttered. And if it is cluttered, it's okay. Do what you gotta do. Don't beat yourself up. That's number one. Number one spiritual defense is love yourself, don't judge yourself, and give yourself lots of good affirmation and quality time. Give yourself the love languages. Do self-care. Rest. Sleep. Now, if you guys want to know, like, you know, because, for example, like, all of this stuff is all well and good, yeah, but when there's, like, really, when you're having a pervasive and really strong entity attack, you can't sleep. You can't keep your house clean. Like, you can't do self-care. You can't do any of that stuff. So that's why I recommend everybody to join the app, our private social network, because that's a space where when shit is getting really bad, you can take it there and just like, you could just like let people know, like, hey, I need people to pray for me. I need people to send Reiki to me. I need a resource. Like, I don't know what to do. Even like, you know, just venting a little bit. So there's sometimes people what sometimes a lot of people do this actually is they'll post in there, they'll type out a whole long post, just, you know, dumping everything that they need to get out. And I don't say dumping in a bad way, I mean like they're just dumping it out because they need to be witnessed. But then they'll get nervous and they'll delete it, and that's fine too. It's just, sometimes it's just about getting it out and knowing that there's a space that you can do it. You don't have to actually like go through with it if you don't want to, you know. It's totally fine. It's your world. And it's really important, like, and people post resources, and I post resources in there too. Like, I have a whole article in there about the evil eye that's really helpful. And I post healing frequencies and things to help with nightmares and with, you know, getting to sleep. So there's no shortage, but you just have to reach out for these things. And in those moments of spiritual attack, that's the point, is that they're designed to immobilize you so you won't reach out for support. Like sleep paralysis. Because when I used to pray Muslim prayer and I would wake up for Fajr prayer at 4 a.m., so many times I couldn't get out of bed. Because, like, why? Because I was doing something that was going to raise my vibration so high. So that whatever demon on my chest was like, no, lay back down. And for those of us that have been smoking weed for a long time, like, I've been smoking weed since I'm 12 years old. We have to let the layers of grief come up, because what we've done through our smoking habits is basically like buried our grief under layers of resin over periods of time. And so what I found, like, I went to a meditation retreat where you couldn't smoke, and what I found was that everything that I had ever like felt that I had used weed to avoid was still sitting on my heart. It was still there. So avoiding doesn't work. So anytime you want to, like, you get stressed out or pissed off and you're like, I need to smoke, don't do it. Wait until you feel whatever you feel. Let yourself feel through it. Don't suppress it. And that's with everything. Scrolling, drinking, sex, bragging. I don't know why that came up. But whatever you do to cope, don't do it until you felt the emotion thoroughly. And you want to let yourself feel. Like, every day, like, if you wake up in the morning and you feel funky and fucked up, sit your ass down and journal until you figure out why. And let yourself cry. Because there's something in there that's telling you something. And that's why I put up my post about the pain, because when your body is in pain, it's trying to tell you something. It's in pain for a reason. It's not just because you hurt. It's trying to tell you something. It's trying to send you a message. And that message is specific to the different areas of your body. That's another thing we cover in the Reiki course. Man, you guys, like, if you only knew... if you only knew, like, it just goes so deep. Like, every part of your body has a different emotional and spiritual function. And the occult, like, that's part of occult science. That is our birthright to know. But these answers has been hidden from us as humanity in order to force us to surrender control to these multinational colonizer genocidal maniacs. We live in a world where if you don't work, you'll be homeless. And there's plenty of money to go around, but people are homeless. Only as an example. And I'm serious, you guys. Like, shit ain't real. None of this shit is real. It's all coming from inside of our minds, if you can believe that. But we didn't just come up with this fucked up reality. It was downloaded into our minds and then reinforced at every formative stage of our lives. K through 12. Every TV program, every brand name food, every restaurant that's a brand name, every religious institution, every educational institution, all complicit in this. A whole conspiracy to keep humanity enslaved. And so much division to anchor in the separation consciousness, which is the separation consciousness is the root chakra consciousness. It's like, I'm me, you're you. And the crown chakra consciousness is the oneness. But really, the root chakra is one too, because the root chakra is one with the earth and grounded completely. And it doesn't need to separate itself. It just knows that it is. It is that it is. I am that I am. And sexuality is such a huge part of that. Your sexual pleasure is important. As a human, that's your birthright. That's all you're supposed to be doing. Like, that's all you should have to be doing. Reiki, eating fruit, and having sex. Cosmic sex. So, one of the reasons why there's the twin flame trend is because people don't want transactional relationships where they're fucking somebody or pretending to want to fuck somebody that they don't really want to, just because that's the person that they're married to. That was the best option for them to get married to. And so many people have chosen based on security and comfort, like, well, I know that this person won't cheat on me. I know that they won't leave me. I know that they are financially stable enough to take care of me. But we've been groomed on romantic comedies for so long that people like want to risk it all and, you know, can't help feeling like that's romantic, when at the same time we're just too broken and scared to even do that. So for the people that struggle with relationships, this is not for the people that are happy, healthy relationship people. This is for the people that struggle with relationships and have struggled with relationships your whole life. Okay? And then so many people are dealing with this twin flame mind fuckery and obsession and holding on and not being able to let go because the pain is just too hard to bear. It hurts too much. So you got to make space for yourself to feel it. It's a huge root chakra. I mean, I meant to say crown chakra clearing going on right now, but they're complementary chakras. So it's like your root chakra, your crown chakra, that's your red chakra and your white chakra. And then your, hold up. Huh, that's so interesting. All right. Next topic. So your chakras, your root chakra is your red chakra, your sacral chakra is your orange chakra, your solar plexus chakra is your yellow chakra, your heart chakra is your green chakra, your throat chakra is your blue chakra, your brow chakra / third eye chakra is your purple chakra, and your crown chakra is your white chakra. I'm gonna just do some Reiki. Do some Reiki on my / our heart, shoulders, throat, ears. It's something weighing on us. Something heavy weighing on us. it's like a burden on our backs. I gotta stretch. No, but what happened was I was like thinking about how the root chakra and the crown chakra are so related. But then I was like, wait a second, the sacral chakra and the throat chakra are so related. So what about the brow chakra? But then I was like, the brow chakra and the sacral chakra are so related too. So I was just like seeing these connections between all the chakras and how different chakras relate to one another, and it was like super lit. I was like, whoa. So that was cool. I recommend the studying up on chakras, and the book that I have on the reference list for the course. I'm not gonna tell you that book. You have to do the course, but the book, the big book of chakras, is really, really good. And like, it's not just the Hindu chakra system. There's chakra systems all over the world. There's different energy centers. Like, you actually have like way more than those chakras that I mentioned, but it's really important to be in touch with them and know about them especially when it comes to surviving spiritual attack. Because different chakras will get affected. One of the main chakras that gets affected during spiritual attacks is the sacral chakra, because the sacral chakra holds so much. It holds fertility, it holds wealth, sensuality, comfort. So if somebody wants to impact your quality of life, then they would attack your sacral chakra. And for the vast majority of people who have experienced poverty and generational poverty, it's a sacral chakra curse and a root chakra curse. And it may have other curses bound up with it, like a curse of silence too, which affects the throat chakra. It's just really personal and specific, so you gotta get a reading or a session. I do consultations, and with my consultations we find out what's going on and what is needed to progress further. And I have packages where we can work together for an ongoing basis of 6 months or longer. But if we're gonna work together intensely, it has to be at least 6 months, because that's at least as long as it's gonna take to get into the work. First, you have to establish trust and openness and a rapport, and that takes time. But the great thing about it is, as long as you consent to me doing energy work on you, like, you don't have to trust me and tell me your secrets. I'll just work on the energy, And I'm not nosy. I don't need to know every detail of what happened to you in order to work on you. Some things are private. And that's another reason why I don't like the old Reiki symbols, because I did feel like they were very invasive. I felt like they gave me way too much information about people, and it was just like basically a nosy ego game. Like, I really did not enjoy that, and I see this running rampant in the spiritual community, and I don't enjoy that ego game of people wanting to be the best or feel like they're the best or feel like they know so much or they see so much. Especially with so many people coming into their gifts now, people are getting excited that they can read other people, and so they're just giving messages unsolicited. I don't like that. People have been giving me so many unsolicited messages, but one of the reasons why is because I prayed for guidance and support. So that's the way that the universe works. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm not gonna stay on much longer because I'm getting kind of tired. But I really felt like I needed to be here with you guys tonight. And whoever watches the replay, make sure you guys leave a comment and let me know. Talk to me. I like hearing your engagement. That makes me feel good. I'm human. I'm weaning myself off from internet addiction, but I still get a dopamine rush when I see your comments and your likes. So give me my dopamine. Give me my dopamine, please. I can't make it on my own. And like, be careful. Work on your evil eye. It's okay if you get jealous of people, but look at that. Because a lot of people are really struggling with this right now. Oh yeah, and one other thing too is if you're somebody that you feel like a lot of people get jealous of you and they give you evil eye, it's because you're so pure. You're purging that energy from them, and you're healing them. Just protect yourself. Don't let yourself. Don't let it blow back on you. Shield yourself. You gotta shield yourself. So yeah. And know that you can always come back from it. You can come back from anything. Nothing is final. So we talked about a few ways to prevent spiritual attack. What about how to recognize it? Do you guys know how to recognize spiritual attack? Do you know it when it's happening? What does it feel like? Start thinking about this stuff, and it helps to keep a journal so you can look back and reflect. Get the course. Because I'm not a person that's going to be up here, like, giving you endless, like, tips of content that's like, this is how you do this. This is how you do that. This is how you do that. I have a course. I put everything in the course. Including like my favorite mantras of how to cut energy and how to clear energy, and my favorite techniques. And this is what you need to do if you don't already know how to do it. And I really recommend studying with somebody, because I've known a lot of people over the years that that knew how to do Reiki, knew how to do energy healing, but they had never had any formal training. Which, I'm not opposed to that. Like, I think that there's benefit to being self-taught, but I also think that a lot of people are just wounded and damaged from people that they looked up to, teachers, parents, to the point where they literally can't learn from somebody else. They can't trust somebody else to help them. And that's another reason why I made the course self-initiating, so that you don't have to come to a class. You can do it yourself. You don't have to, like, rely on somebody else to do it for you. You can do it for yourself. And it's still just as powerful, and it works just as the same, if not better, because it eliminates a lot of the issues. Like, it's like it can create too much of a overly, like, of a dependency, and too much of a connection. And for me, when I was initiating Reiki students the old way, I felt like really bogged down, because I just felt like, I don't know, I just didn't like it. And then I started doing my research, and I was like, this is interesting, but it seemed that all the founders of Reiki died of chronic illness or suicide. And that I was noticing that so many Reiki healers and Reiki practitioners had chronic illness. And I was just thinking, there's something wrong with this picture, because you should be getting healed. Over the years, you should be getting healed by your healing. It shouldn't be depleting you. If other people are healing, why are you in a chronic illness? And that's when I realized that this is a part of the spiritual program, the Martyrdom Complex. That's why I made the live talk, deleting the Martyrdom Complex. And I'm collecting all of my live streams on Patreon. So eventually, like, I'll take the ones that are older down off of here. And at a certain point, I'll like, I'll do something different, and I'll just catalog them on Patreon. You guys are so sweet. Good night. My problem with journaling is I don't know what to write. Just write anything, literally. Just write anything, literally anything. Like, I just woke up, about to drink some tea, feeling pretty good about today. I'm about to go to sleep. Some bitch had me fucked up, but that's okay because she don't know that she ain't me or something. Whatever. What the fuck ever you want to say. Just like literally anything. And I think I really just, I don't know. I don't know why I'm so much in the convince you guys energy of like feeling like take my class. Like, I feel like I'm like going like promoting my class too much, but maybe that's just because I'm not used to promoting it so much. But I just really feel like, oh, alhamdulillah. Oh, I just really feel like people really need this right now, and I'm just trying to learn what's the best delivery to get it to you guys. It's on a sliding scale too, just so you know. If you're low income, you can take $100 off the cost. And I do that to increase the accessibility. And I would really love it if there were people that have wealth, if you have a lot of wealth, if you would sponsor other people and donate so we could let people have the class for free. That would be great. Yeah, and one of the things that's happening with our third eye chakra is like, because of the standard American diet, it's really mucus producing. You guys know, like, Dr. Sebi taught about this. So there's like layers and layers of compacted mucus, just like in our heart, where there's layers and layers of like compacted resin for my smokers. But the mucus is in everybody, and it's a lot more pervasive, and that's where these, like, a lot of the spiritual thought forms get stuck. They're stuck in the mucus in the brain, and it's like, really, like, most of us do not really know how clogged up our systems are. And you won't know until you start detoxing, and even then, like, there's this came up, like, it started coming up a couple years ago in the Reiki sessions I was doing, where there was like actually, you know, layers and layers of mucus, and compacted mucus is what I found inside the brain. But it was by design, and a lot of it was like residue from psychiatric medications, toxic food, McDonald's, you know, stuff like that. And it will work, the way that it will work to stifle creativity and to promote conformity and slavery was that certain thought forms would be stuck in the mucus, and then another layer of mucus would form over them so they couldn't get out. So this is how indoctrination works over a period of time. And it's a certain period of a number of years that this takes place during. And that's another reason why I'm going to probably, like, at some point, I'm not going to be able to go live with you guys on this platform anymore. And that's why I would love for you guys to join the app and subscribe to Patreon, take my class, you know, like, get as much from me as you can. And because just certain sensitive topics, like, you know, I want to be able to speak freely with you guys. But there's a certain age range where the majority of this happens, and these viewpoints are locked in for life. And that was never supposed to be the thing. Like, humans typically are supposed to experience initiations throughout their lifetime. That is normal in our indigenous cultures. You know, we would have transitional phases between being a child and being a teenager, being a teenager and being a young adult, being a young adult and being a medium adult, and being an elder adult, or being a parent. You know, we would go through different initiations, and we would have the support of our entire community. We have had to put that in place for ourselves, and that's why, like, we have a private social network with over 100 something people in it. Yeah, and you're gonna really wanna engage with your people, with people who are in a school of thought with you. Not necessarily saying that you have to all believe the same thing, but you have some similar values that enable you to grow together. And that's, you know, for our community, those are values around sovereignty and like freedom from oppression and from sexual persecution. I don't know where that came from. What's sexual persecution? But freedom from abuse. And that's why within our group, like, you know, you can't talk crazy to people, you can't insult people, you can't say weird stuff to people or hit on them all the time and stuff, because we have a certain space that we have to protect. And, you know, it's really weird when people do that, but that's another reason why people need to be using their gifts. Because it's people out here letting their partners and their family members and the people around them control them and use them, and they become agents for these demons. Yeah. So everybody's like really cautious about this at this time. So it's really important to know your people, stay connected with your people and close with your people. And, you know, move with integrity and boundaries with everybody. But it's such a serious thing right now, because it's like, it's a matter of life and death. And a lot of people are afraid to get into spirituality because they feel like they're going to be bringing things upon them. No, this is how you deal with the things that life throws at you. And it doesn't mean, like, if something bad happens to you, it doesn't mean that you're off your spiritual game. That's just life. But this is how we deal with things. Spiritually. It's the best way to deal with things. Trust me, like, I'm looking at myself right now and I'm honestly, like, I'm shook. I can't believe who I am and where I am and what I've made it through. I've healed myself from chronic illness. Do you know how long I've waited to say that? I don't have depression anymore. Do you know that I had depression since I was a kid? My whole entire life I was depressed. I don't have depression anymore. I still get depressed. I still get sad. But it's not like how it used to be. Like, it's a whole different feeling. And I want this for everybody, because I know it's a lot of people that go out there and put on a happy face and a mask that tries to put the whole rest of the world at ease, and they're not at ease. And I want you to be at ease. I want you to be at ease. I want that for you. So, you know, we talked about preventing spiritual attacks. We talked about how to recognize when they're happening, which that's very personal to you. But a couple signs is that you might smell something that smells really bad. You might hear a bunch of dogs barking. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a spiritual attack, but they could be trying to warn you. And you're trying to do something and you're not able to. For example, like, I put up a post. Did I put up a post earlier? I don't remember, but I was thinking this, that if you schedule an appointment with me or you set the intention to take my class, don't let anything stop you, because that's another way that you can tell if you're being spiritually attacked, is that you want to do something so bad but you can't do it. Like, for example, like, you want to take my class so bad, but it's just obstacle on obstacle on obstacle. But if you, like, you gotta look, okay, first of all, you gotta look at your reason for why you want the thing that you want. because if it's truly in alignment, it will be easy to make it happen, unless a part of your energy doesn't want it to happen. In which that case, you have to go straight to that part of your energy and say, like, what is up? What the fuck is up? Why don't you want us to heal? And then you can truly begin to heal, because you can truly have a conversation with that part of yourself. And the best way to survive spiritual attack and to avoid spiritual attack is to integrate the different parts of yourself. Because the number one most likely entity to spiritually attack you is your own shadow. On that note, Sarada Muladhara, signing off. I am the root chakra goddess for a reason. Thank you, gods and goddesses and all of you for tuning in. Much love.